Hey guys, and welcome to another deck build with Chomp Block. Today I'm going to look at another zombie deck, but this time with a bit of a twist. I'll get into that in a minute, but first of all, I wanted to show you something that I've created. I've been looking at a couple of other Magic Duels YouTube channels, and I've noticed they're so professional. They've got these fucking sick introductions. They're glitzy. It looks like they all went to film school. They know how to edit, and compared to my channel, they're incredible. So I spent literally minutes coming up with an intro. So for the first time and the grand unveiling, please enjoy my new intro.
Chomp Block!
As you can see, I've spent a lot of time and effort going through that, and I think it's definitely going to add a certain level of class, a bit of finesse, and I think it's going to bring my channel to the next level. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to start sticking it on the beginning of my videos, and yeah, glad you liked it, or didn't. Either way, at least you saw it. So, back to the zombie deck. This one is all about casting from the graveyard. So in a sense, that's the kind of area where the tempo comes from. So actually, as in my previous zombie deck, this one doesn't have any tempo in it whatsoever. It's all about, it's kind of built around this card, which is over here. And this is an incredible card. Unfortunately, it's a rare, so we only get one of them, which is gutting, because I would put a full play deck, or play suit, or whatever you call it in there. Because during each of your turns, you may cast a zombie creature card from your graveyard, which is fucking awesome. Basically, when any creature dies, they don't really die, because if you've got a Gisser and a Geralf out, you can just cast them from the graveyard, which is fucking awesome. And so the deck is centered around here, and if we go through, you can see that every creature in here is a zombie, and I've got a couple of things in here. Screeching Scarab, which puts cards into your graveyard. Rancid Rats, which is just a death touch creature. And all, as I said, all of these are zombies. I've got some more creatures in here, which is Diagraph Colossus. This one's fucking sick. Not only does it come on with a +1/+1 counter for each zombie in your graveyard, but whenever you cast a zombie creature, you put down a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield, which is pretty sick. So that one's a really great card for just spamming your opponent with loads of zombies, and for every card that you put down, you'll end up putting down 2 creatures, which is fucking awesome. Fleshbag Marauder, I'm sure a lot of you know this. This one's a really good card because it gets rid of basically anything, even if it's indestructible or whatever. If you cast this one, it forces the opponent to sacrifice a creature, so it's great for if there's one creature your opponent's got out and it's fucking evil, like a 10/10 whatever. You play Fleshbag Marauder and they're forced to sacrifice it, which is a great little card. A couple more creatures. This one doesn't work as I think it should. This is Prized Amalgam, and whenever a creature enters the battlefield, if it enters from your graveyard, or you cast it from the graveyard, return Prized Amalgam from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped at the beginning of your next end step. So my understanding of that little paragraph there is that if I were to use this card and cast a creature from my graveyard, then automatically this one should then pop out at the beginning of the end step, which it doesn't. So I don't know if I've understood that incorrectly. I think it's probably more likely a bug in the programming. It doesn't quite work as it's intended. But yeah, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on that one. And then we've got this one. When you enter the battlefield, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield. Gravedigger, classic card. When you enter it, you can take a creature card from your graveyard into your hand. I don't know, have I got any more? I suppose this creature, Disciple of the Ring, which is not great in this deck. I keep it in there because it just gives you a few options if you're sort of late in the game. And this one can definitely turn any game around because for each card you exile, you can choose one of these options, and so obviously counter non-target creature spell is an awesome one. Also tapping target creatures if they're about to attack you, you can just tap the one that's a 5/5 or whatever and let the 1/1s attack you. Fantastic card there. This is another great zombie card. When possessed, Scarab enters the battlefield, return target instant sorcery or creature card from your graveyard. So it's like a level up from Gravedigger, which only lets you cast a creature. This one lets you cast spells and sorceries, instants and sorceries as well, which is pretty sick. And that's it in terms of the creatures. I've got a sort of near full armament of creatures in there, 22. And then I've got a few sorceries in there. Out comes Grasp of Darkness, again, a great card. What I didn't realise until recently is that anything that says -4 or -2 or minus whatever, you can cast on creatures that are indestructible. So that, combined with, say, something like here, Languish, you should, in theory, if you've got enough mana, obviously, be able to cast Languish, get -4/-4 on a creature, and then if you can cast Grasp of Darkness on top of that, you can kill an 8/8 indestructible creature. So that combination will actually get rid of something like Westervale Abbey. Yeah, which is pretty sick. Didn't know that. Pro tip. I don't come up with many of them, but just for all these people who maybe didn't know that. And then what other spells have I got? So that's this one spell. Murder. Obvious, great card. Destroy target creature, no questions asked. Anguished Unmaking, again, exile target non-land permanent. Gets rid of, what do you call them? Planeswalkers, etc. Other spells. Languish. All creatures get -4/-4 till end of turn. Fortunately, this one, unlike in my last deck where I use it, this one is going to affect your own creatures, so you've got to watch out when you use it. But, you know, if you've got, let's see, what's there, so yeah, unfortunately it would kill that one off, but, so yeah, I use it tactically. It's not like a card that I would use all the time. Sometimes I keep it in my hand, but if I've got Giss and Geralt down, then I tend not to use it unless I've got something that's going to pull it out, like Gravedigger, or Possess Scarab from the graveyard once it dies. Any other sorceries in there? Oh yes, Rise from the Grave is one of my favourite sorceries at the moment. Put a target creature from a graveyard into the battlefield under your control. That creature is a black zombie in addition to its other colour types. So in this one, it works quite well because where you're doing zombies, so for example, where is it? Liana on her ultimate, it counts the number of zombie creatures and then uses that number +2 to add some zombie tokens. So if you cast something from your graveyard that isn't a black zombie, it will be counted as a black zombie for spells like that. But the great thing about this, which I didn't realise at first, it says it's put a target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Notice a graveyard. That's an interesting term because it's a graveyard instead of your graveyard. So you can, in fact, use this to cast creatures from your opponent's graveyard. So what I love to do is keep something like that in my hand, destroy target creature, murder, and then, the next turn when they're least expecting it, that card that's really been fucking you about, just cast Rise from the Grave and post it against them. Play it against them and see how they like it. It's a big kick in the bollocks when you see their favourite creature, their rare creature that you've just killed off. Not only have you just killed it off, which is going to piss them off, but now it's on your side playing for you. I love that one. That card, Rise from the Grave. And then, the usual myriad of planeswalkers. I think I've only got 3 this time, on the top of my head. Liliana, a nice creature. It's a little bit of a struggle to get up to the ultimate, but once you do, it's absolutely worth it. But the +1s are great. So put up to 1 target creature gets -2/-1 until next turn. Again, will work against things that are indestructible. -2 is put the top 2 cards from your library into your graveyard. Then you may return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand, which is cool. It's like another graveyard casting type deal. And then obviously the ultimate, which I spoke a little bit about earlier, is put an emblem where at the beginning of your end step you put down 2 plus the number of zombie creatures you've got on the battlefield. You put that number of zombie creature tokens onto the battlefield at your end step. Fantastic card, love it. If I'm playing black, it's a definite must in my deck. Another planeswalker, Gideon, Aloe of Zendikar. The reason you play this card is because of this +1. Until the end of turn, Gideon Ally of Zendikar becomes a 5/5 human ally creature with indestructible. That's still a planeswalker. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to him this turn. So, each turn you're just putting a 5/5 out there that's just decimating your opponent every time. And then for 0, you can just put a white put a 2/2 white knight ally creature on token onto the battlefield. That costs you absolutely nothing. It's awesome. It's just spamming cards at your opponent until they break. And then the ultimate, which you can do straight away, is get an emblem with creatures you control get +1/+1, which is fucking sick. So you put him out, -1, so ultimate him, and you've got an emblem there that everything gets +1/+1. There's a couple of cards that do a similar thing, but emblems can't be destroyed. They stay on your deck. Everything that comes out gets a +1/+1. Sick. I'm happy, and all I've got to do is turn him into a creature, a 5/5 human soldier with indestructible once, and then I can ultimate him and get that for free. And I've still got him on the battlefield, so the fact that you can play him and ultimate him the same turn is pretty sick. It just adds a bit of versatility to your hand. I do have 4 planeswalkers. Jace, scry a card, and then you can choose to put that one at the bottom of your deck or take the next card into your hand. So return a target creature to its own hand. I like this one for creatures that are building up tokens. There'll be stuff like, I don't know, when an ally creature is destroyed, put a +1/+1 token on whatever creature. So like once it's built up like 5 tokens or something like that and it's causing you a bit of pain in the ass, play Jace, turn it to the hand, next turn it comes back and it's not got those tokens on it anymore. It's like a little bit of a kick. So I really like that ability. -8, which is the ultimate, which is ridiculous. Absolutely sick ultimate. Whenever an opponent casts his or her first spell each turn, counter that spell. So you have to do absolutely nothing. You put down this emblem. Whenever the opponent plays a card, straight away that card is countered. They can't play it. So in order for them to have to play any card other than a land, they have to play 2. So they have to essentially use the mana to play that first card, which is going to be countered, and then they have to use the rest of their mana to play the card that they actually want. It's an absolute ball ache. Fantastic ultimate. And then again, Sorin, who is probably one of my favourite planeswalkers because of just the versatility and the kind of just all the options he's got. So his +1, which is sick, is scry a card, but then the mana that card costs to cast is then taken off your opponent's life total. So for example, so I scry a card and I pulled Rise from the Grave. This has a mana cost of 5, so I would deal 5 damage to the opponent's life total, which is awesome. It's fucking sick. It's also got a minus X ability, which is deal X damage to the target creature and you gain X life. That's pretty cool. It's like a destroy creature with a little bonus because it's not just like 3 to destroy a creature. You can, destroy a creature with a defense total of 1 up to, I don't know, say you had +1 all the way to 10, you could take out a 10 defense creature. And finally, his ultimate is put a number of 1/1 black vampire knight creature tokens with lifelink onto the battlefield equal to the highest life total amongst all players. Sounds mental, but basically, when you ultimate him, whoever's got the highest number of life left, either you or your opponent, you put the highest number of life into the battlefield. So if your opponent's got 20 life, you've got 10, you'll put 20 1/1 black vampire knight creatures onto the table. And yeah, that's kind of like a little end game scenario there, because it's pretty shit to have to be able to deal with that. And then we're on to the mana lands. It's split between white, blue and black. I've got Westervale Abbey in there. Drowned Catacombs for some blue and black. Glacial Forests Fortress, Glacial Fortress for some blue and white, and then Evolving Wilds just to pull out the mana that I'm short of. So that was short, sweet, simple. Be sure to check out the link at the bottom. I'm going to play a couple of games and I'll link them down below. Have a look and see how this game performs. Leave a comment. I'd love to hear your ideas on how to improve this deck or anything like that. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye.